Need a boat?
I know a guy. All right,
The
we ready?
Pharisees believe in the
Right.
resurrection of the dead, but the Sadducees don't.
The moment's past, Brent.
That's why they're sad, you see. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for your many blessings. Thank you once again for this opportunity to come in here and do this podcast and be able to share your good news across the world. We pray now as we talk about our Christmas traditions that we could glorify you in everything that we say. And I pray that you would just touch hearts and lives now. In Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Amen. All right, welcome back to Divine Vision, a week before Christmas. And today's episode is Christmas traditions. So this episode is more, I don't know if you say laid back, more fun, maybe. I don't know. We're having a good time. We're
Always
talking
have
about,
fun.
we do have a good time. Do have fun, but we're talking about our Christmas traditions this time. Just more of a personal type episode. And we have, I don't know how many questions. We got several questions that we're just going to go around the room one at a time and just have fun with it. All right.
All right.
Y'all ready to get started?
Yeah, let's do
Let's
it.
go.
Aaron, I didn't welcome everybody. I got to do that. Brand,
Wow,
thanks for being
Chad.
here
Yeah,
today.
Chad, what up?
Miss Becky,
Hey, Chad.
Aaron,
Thanks for remembering, Chad.
and yours truly.
Chad Beercamp.
Man, I'm getting off my game a little bit.
I know.
It's close to Christmas. So to get started, our first question is for each cast member. What are our Christmas traditions? Aaron, you want to start us off?
I guess one of our most common traditions is we'll take time to spend with my grandmother, my mom's mom. That usually happens a week before Christmas at her house. And then on Christmas Eve, we always do things with my daddy's family. And that evening, we always go to my grandfather's house and we have Christmas dinner there. That was a big thing when my grandmother was still living that we did every Christmas. Usually my Christmas day is a work day. And then that night we go up to my mom's family's house and we just have dinner. And Christmas to me is a big time to spend time with family,
Mhm.
people you don't see every day, but the people you're closest to.
Yeah.
So,
It's sad that you got to work most Christmases, though.
yep, this will be my fourth or fifth one straight.
In a row?
Yep.
I didn't know that. I knew you worked a lot of holidays. I didn't know it was like that many in a row, though.
Saving lives one Christmas at a time.
That's right. Brian, you want to go next?
Yeah, so one of the biggest traditions that I think of now, being married and having kids, is going and cutting a Christmas tree down.
Okay. Yeah.
That's always fun.
Like a Clark Griswold type Christmas tree?
It's not that big.
Okay.
No, we usually get a pretty small one because we have the big Christmas tree in our living room, that everybody sees when they drive by, and we just get a small one to put in our den,
Okay.
just to kind of have the smell of Christmas in the house, if you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
I was going to say, your living room is bigger than Clark's was,
Yeah,
and it would handle the tree he had.
yeah. So we go cut a Christmas tree down, and then Christmas Eve night, thinking about traditions, we go to we go to Sammy and Judy's, and we have Christmas with them. Sammy, Judy, me, Abby, Libby, Danielle Russell, and Danny. Maybe a long lost uncle or an aunt might show up. You never know.
Just out of nowhere.
You never know who's going to show up. But we always have a good time. We have a meal. We might exchange a few gifts that night with them, but then of course Christmas morning with the family, with the family at home, and then we go over to Sammy and Judy's for Christmas breakfast, and we have our it's a more intimate time because we don't got the long lost uncles and aunts showing
Right.
up.
I got you.
And that's when we do our main gift exchange with them. And then Christmas evening, we go over to my parents' house, and that's when we have our time with them. We don't have any long lost uncles or anything on my side of the family that might pop up.
They don't show up just for Christmas dinner or anything?
No. They don't like us that much.
That's okay.
So Paul might show up if he makes it out there. But we usually have a good time.
Awesome.
But like Aaron said, Christmas is a time with family and just celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ.
Right.
Yep.
Awesome. Miss Becky?
Well, Chad, Brandon told you one of our
That's true.
traditions. So one of mine is I always do Advent, which starts the Sunday after Thanksgiving,
Mm-hmm.
and I always do my Advent Bible study, anticipating the arrival of the Messiah, which
Right.
we're looking for the second coming now. So
Right.
I do that. And then usually we go with Brandon and Abby when they cut down the Christmas tree.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a family affair. And then on Christmas Day, we always get up and go. Brandon and Abby call us when Libby's up, and we go over there and watch Libby open her gifts
Okay.
and see that. And then usually Gina and I just go back home and just kind of hang out together until it's time for supper, and then
So they nap, is what she's saying, Brent.
yeah, basically.
That's what old people do.
And then, like Brandon said, they come to the house on Christmas night. He and Abby and Libby, my dad comes out, and every year, Sammy and Judy come up. They usually come up, and we just do Christmas just us. Like Brandon said, that's more like a intimate affair there that we do. And so our traditions have changed though since our lives have changed.
Right. Sure.
So yeah.
Chad, I forgot one.
Okay.
So, when I've talked before about Markayla when she lived with us. When she lived with us, we did the tradition of it was an elf. Not the elf. It was like the elf. It was the shepherd.
Oh, okay.
So the shepherd, his purpose is to help your child find Jesus Christ.
I got you. Okay.
And you find, and when they wake up on Christmas morning, there's the shepherd with Jesus, with baby Jesus in the stable. It's just really cool tradition to do. We haven't started that with Libby just yet.
Yeah,
she's not really old enough to understand that just yet, but we're excited about getting that started with Libby too.
Well, it won't be long.
Right. Right. Probably next year.
Yeah, probably so. Because I know she's 2, but like how close?
She'll be 3 in February.
Oh, okay. So yeah, next year will be fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We also started this year doing like the Advent thing.
Mm-hmm.
We'll read some scripture, as we're sitting down to eat supper, and then we have some candles that we set on our dining room table.
It's called an Advent wreath.
An Advent wreath.
Okay.
I didn't know what it was called. But you light a candle each night.
Oh, okay.
And we let it burn while we're eating supper.
You blow it out, right?
Of
at
course,
the end.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if it
we let Libby blow it out. We sing her happy birthday.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That's fun. She just finds it fun to get to blow it out. So I get it.
But before she blows it out, she likes to sing happy birthday.
That's awesome.
Well, you are going to be celebrating the birth of Jesus.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And that's something you'll remember.
Right.
So that's fun. That's awesome.
What about you, Chad?
Well, our family traditions, we're kind of just starting some with Brittany.
Right.
And then
How long y'all been married?
a little over a year.
Okay.
A year and a half. Somewhere. This will be our second Christmas married.
Right.
We were together another Christmas before then, but now we got Remy. This is her first Christmas. And so, we slowly get to start stuff with her, including her and stuff and the boys. And so we don't have, we have traditions, but not like with all of them yet. Those are still kind of building. But as far as Christmas, it's obviously family time, like we've said. Something we like to do is look at Christmas lights. That's just something we get out. This past week we went to Dahlonega. They always start the Christmas lights, sometime after Thanksgiving, and we just like to go out there, see the lights, eat some food, and come home. We don't, spend a whole lot of time out there. But that, Rock City, and then we like to just see lights around here, just riding around. And I would say that's one, I know it's not a big tradition, but that's something we do every year, just something we like to do. And then on Christmas, it gets a little hectic, to say the least, because we've got our family Christmas, and now this year Brittany works on Christmas morning, so we got to do some adjusting this year, figure that part out. We'll go to my parents usually around lunch sometime. Just depends on how that year's going, because we have our schedule, we got my brother and his family schedule, we now have Brittany and her family we got to figure out. So we don't have like a set time that we do stuff every year. Thanksgiving's a little easier. We eat it like 1 or 2 every Thanksgiving, and that's it. But Christmas it tests your patience a little bit.
Yes,
for sure. You talked about praying for patience.
Yeah. And I quit praying for patience. But I would say the biggest traditions we have is just spending time with the family. We like to sit around, watch Christmas movies throughout the holiday season. And if people didn't know, Christmas starts November 1st and it ends November 24th for a day, and then picks back up through the end of December.
Christmas starts in October.
I like to have the fall season, and then I let Halloween be Halloween.
Y'all are both absolutely wrong. Christmas starts the day after Thanksgiving.
No,
my Christmas tree went
before.
up October 20th.
They do get started early. I don't go that early.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
I'll play Christmas music toward the end of October, but I let Halloween be its own thing, and then it's Christmas time.
See, but it's not Christmas until it's cold.
That's
it's
fair.
Not been cold.
That is true. Yeah, this is Christmas.
Yeah, it's Christmas now.
Yeah, but it's Aaron starts early than I would like to, but I do start it earlier than December.
Whatever.
All right, so moving on. Next question. What's your traditional Christmas meal?
Well, I will, since being married now, just like all of us in here, we probably have a couple of different traditional Christmas meals. So I'll let my mom answer for the traditional Christmas meal at our house or at her house. But I'll answer for, like going to Abby's parents' house. So with
Hot dogs.
The traditional Christmas meal is we always have a ham.
Okay.
Not just any ham though. Honey baked ham.
From
Honey baked ham.
Pre-cut.
It's one of those traditions that we've talked about. Sammy tells quite frequently about back when his mother was living. She would give him a $20 gift certificate to Honey Baked Ham. and he would get the ham for their Christmas meal every year. Now, a $20 gift certificate now would not go far at Honey Baked Ham. He talks about the ham he bought last year costing well over $100 from Honey Baked Ham. Yeah. But we always have ham and the usual things that would go with ham, like macaroni and cheese, pinto beans, cornbread, baked beans, mashed potatoes, and of course, dinner rolls.
Yes.
The best part.
Yes.
There's probably more like corn on the cob, collard greens. I don't eat none of that, so I don't remember none of that.
Now you say dinner rolls. Is it the Hawaiian rolls or the ones you put in the oven?
It's just whatever Abby picks that year.
Are they hot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're hot. And then we always go back, as I mentioned earlier, on Christmas morning, and we have our traditional Christmas breakfast with them, and we always have ham left over from the night before, so ham is always on the breakfast menu. But we also have bacon, sausage, maybe some hot dogs, fried hot dogs. That's really good for breakfast if you ain't never had it. Biscuits, eggs, And of course, Dr. Brand's famous gravy.
Now, what's so famous about this? Out of a pack?
No,
You
dude.
warm it
No,
up?
I'll make it from scratch.
Really?
It really
Yeah.
does.
Wow.
Yeah, flour, milk, and bacon grease.
Okay.
And yes, that's pretty much it.
Sweet.
Nothing out of the ordinary, really,
Yeah.
other than Dr. Brand's famous breakfast gravy.
We may have to try this. We ought to do a podcast breakfast one day.
Well, I can do it.
All right.
I
Eric,
mean, I,
you
I mean,
in?
I can do the
We-
gravy. That's about all I can
We're
do.
going to Brands for breakfast.
I'm good with that.
Abby
Huh?
makes homemade biscuits too. So
Really?
yeah, she don't eat gravy. So
I make pretty good homemade biscuits.
Aaron does do good biscuits, I have to say.
the more I learn about y'all, the more I get upset.
We'll start traditions this year, okay?
Okay.
The four of us.
They chop wood and bake biscuits.
We chop wood, make biscuits. That's how our Saturdays
they
go.
don't make. They don't chop. I don't see. I mean, I can see Chad
While I'm chopping wood, Aaron's inside making biscuits.
I can
Hey,
chop wood.
He's watching you out the window with your big muscles, breaking it with your foot.
Oh dear.
Moving on. So, Miss Becky, what's your traditional Christmas meal?
Well, Chad, to be honest, I don't think we really have a set traditional meal.
Yeah.
I think we may do a ham or turkey, whichever one we have, and some sides. But we don't ever really do anything set in
Yeah.
stone. Just
Sweet potato dumplings.
No.
Get out,
you don't know. You have never tried one of my sweet potato dumplings.
dude.
I
They're not.
won't either.
Why?
I'm sorry.
You-
Why?
you
They don't
should.
taste
Chad's
like
a
sweet
very
potatoes.
picky eater.
Yeah, I can't.
I mean, if he'll eat your biscuits, he'll eat pretty much anything.
No,
Hey,
the
I'm a
biscuits
very
are
good cook.
I'm
So-
sorry, but they are. I'll try it this year, okay? It'll be my new tradition every year. I try something new. How
That
about
would
that?
be good.
That's
That
your
would be
New
good.
Year's, your New Year's
New
resolution.
Year's resolution. There you go.
Okay.
Starting it early.
Yeah.
So, Chad, what's your traditional Christmas meal?
Well, I don't cook for Christmas, but
Will you eat it?
He chops the wood for
that's
the fire.
right. There you go.
For the wood stove?
Yeah, I would love to have a wood stove this time of year. I just would. It's just I like the house to smell like firewood.
You know,
That's
you
that's
can
not a
get,
Christmas meal, but
You
anyway.
can get like some
Some
spray
spray.
that would make it smell like a campfire.
There you go. No, so as far as our traditional meal, it's kind of, I guess, what y'all have said so far. You have a ham. Usually my dad will cook one out. I will say, especially growing up, that's something he would start it like Christmas Eve, cook it all day long.
In the
And-
oven or like
Yeah,
in
in
the smoker?
the oven. Yeah. And it would the house would smell like ham. And then you just go in every once in a while, grab a piece. And
Yeah.
then, it probably wasn't done, but we survived. And
So I
You just-
cook ham on Thanksgiving for Thanksgiving with my parents, and every year as it's cooking, I'll just go in there randomly get a piece
you
out
have
of the
to.
oven. Yeah, just make sure it's done.
yeah, it's fine. The top part's done more so than the middle. So just
Yeah.
get it from the top.
Yeah.
So but that's what, we'd always have a ham. We usually have a turkey, but turkey's not, it's not I've always wanted to deep fry one, but I've never done it.
It's dangerous.
I've heard that, but it's supposedly good. But the turkey we always have is dry, but you eat it because it's Christmas. Baked beans, you got to have chicken and dressing.
You know what helps with the dry turkey?
Not overcook it.
Cranberry sauce.
Like you just pour it over it.
Yeah, dude.
You cook it in cranberry sauce?
No.
After it's cooked.
Oh, you
After-
just dip it in the cranberry
yeah, dude.
sauce?
Yeah, dude.
I don't think that's the same thing.
Do you eat cranberry sauce?
No.
Get out.
Yeah, no. I'll pour Polynesian all over it. Polynesian
Ooh,
turkey.
On a turkey?
No.
But that's really our traditional meal. Honestly, by Thanksgiving, I'm already tired of that traditional meal because we have the same thing on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
If I had it my way and my mom would be okay with it, I would straight up order pizza or something,
There you go.
or do chili or Brunswick stew, something.
Yeah.
But that's what they cook, so that's what we eat. That's what my grandmother did, and that's what we're doing. So,
Yeah.
all right, Aaron, what's your traditional Christmas meal?
Well, typically Christmas morning we have some sort of breakfast casserole and ooey gooey. What's that bread called? Do you know that pulls apart?
Cinnamon rolls?
Monkey bread.
Monkey bread. Yes.
And then that night,
I was
Up and-
thinking hot dog buns.
well, let's be real. For 30 years, we have had like dressing and ham and turkey
Yep.
and
Cranberry
green
sauce.
beans and all that good stuff. Well, this year somebody decided we were going to have lobster bisque and tomato basil soup.
What is
in the
lobster
world
bisque?
is that?
What is lobster
That's not the
bisque?
kind of food I'd eat, but that's what we're having this year.
What are you gonna do? Go to McDonald's?
They'll be
dinner?
closed.
You better order it the day before.
I'm responsible for snacks.
I would get a lot of snacks before,
Yeah.
just in case.
He'll be calling one of us going,
Yeah.
hey, can I come over?
Hey,
and
can I have some of your gravy?
And if Glenda Searles listens to this, I'm in trouble.
Hey, hey.
Was it her idea?
That's her sister's idea.
It may be a good thing. I mean,
Yeah.
but
It's a
I
change.
mean, I wouldn't eat
Yeah.
lobster biscuit, whatever you said.
just
Lobster bisque.
Just put a few frozen pizzas in the freezer.
Red Lobster biscuits.
All of them are good.
Those are good. You mean you ate those?
Yeah.
What do you eat at Red Lobster?
I'm allergic to shrimp.
Yeah, I guess you eat chicken fingers.
So chicken. I have to if I
These
go.
biscuits.
I haven't been to Red Lobster in a long time.
Are they
but
better than Aaron's biscuits?
Yeah,
He said.
they're good. They're good.
They're good.
But yeah, I can't. I don't like swell up and die or anything when I eat shrimp, but I get like sick.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I get sick. All right. So on that note, most memorable Christmas as a child. Brian, you're still a child. Why don't you take
Yeah,
off with that?
So I really struggled with this question.
Yeah.
Since the brain injury I had in our accident back in 2010, I struggle to remember a lot of my childhood.
Okay.
But as I sat back and I thought about this question, one specific Christmas come to mind when I was a kid. It was awesome. I don't know why this. I don't know why this specifically stands out to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was your most memorable Christmas.
Probably because
That's
I'm
fair.
a redneck, and I'm gonna get there here in a second.
Okay.
It was Christmas morning, and we were opening our presents that Santa brought us. I couldn't tell you a single thing I got as a present that year under the Christmas tree. But every year we always open the stockings last,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And I learned yesterday, this is totally off topic of this question, but did you know the stockings were for somebody called Saint Nick, who's a real man, and you're supposed to open them like on today and not wait till Christmas morning?
Really?
Yeah. It has nothing to do with the Santa Claus stuff.
I had no idea.
Yeah. It's something.
Interesting.
It was something Abby saw. Anyway, we were opening our stockings, and this year I realized why. The best Christmas gift I received that year was in the Christmas stocking.
Okay.
Santa brought us tickets to the local semi-pro wrestling show that evening, and I was so excited.
Now you opened this on Christmas,
Yeah,
and they had it.
that night.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I was so dude. I'm a redneck. I was gonna get to wear my new Christmas clothes to go do one of my favorite things.
Who
You
has
know-
a wrestling match on Christmas Day?
I love pro wrestling.
But it was semi-pro though, right?
Dude, it was Chautauqua County.
Okay. Never mind.
I mean, I've gotten out of that since being a child. I loved it, and I was excited that Santa brought us tickets to go see that show that night.
That is awesome.
So probably not the best answer. But
No,
it's
memorable
one,
doesn't have to be.
it's one-
It's just your
the
most memorable.
memorable ones I
That
have.
is awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Miss Becky? I know you got to think back a few years. But
Oh, I've got to go way back. But one of the Christmases that stands out to me was so every Christmas Eve when I was little, we would go over to my mama and Papa Edwards' house on Christmas Eve, and we'd have, our supper, and then we'd open our gifts and all. Well, every year while we were over there, when we would come back home, Santa would have been at our house. So we would have our Santa gifts on Christmas Eve. I think my mama did that just so that she didn't have to wake up early
Yeah, I get
the next morning. So anyway, Santa would always come. So this Christmas, Santa, who was one of my cousins, his name was Terry, and he was always a good bit. He's a little older than I am. And so he dressed up as Santa and delivered my gifts to me after I got home. So Santa I saw him on Christmas Eve, and he brought my gifts in to me.
That's awesome.
So that was probably the most memorable Christmas
That's fun.
Yeah,
Cool.
It was fun.
Aaron, what is your most memorable Christmas?
I guess probably the year I got a vacuum cleaner.
Oh my jeez. It sounds like Danny Tanner over there.
I never played with toys as kids. I always wanted a vacuum cleaner. And so I remember getting a vacuum cleaner one year.
What kind was it?
I don't remember.
It wasn't no Dyson.
It was
No.
a rainbow.
It wasn't a rainbow.
Rainbows were expensive.
It was
They
probably
still
a
are.
Hoover.
I think it was. And then one year I got a typewriter. That was pretty memorable too. But that's what I remember.
Yeah.
Santa
Yeah.
brought me a vacuum cleaner, a real life working vacuum
But
cleaner.
like you actually wanted it though. I mean, it's not like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
There wasn't anything better than a good vacuum cleaner. I still like them.
You know how many I've bought since me and Abby's been married? Because we can't find one we like.
That y'all like or she likes?
That I like.
7.
3.
Ugh, you made it out like it's a big old thing.
Chad, what's your most memorable Christmas as a child?
So I kind of struggle with this one too, because I was trying to think of. I mean, I don't know. I was just trying to think of most memorable, but I guess like you said you didn't think yours was memorable or whatever, but this is something that just always kept coming back to my mind. But the 90s were the best, and everything back then was just bigger.
That's when I was born.
When were you born?
94.
You don't even remember the blizzard.
I wouldn't because I wasn't born.
I know, it's what I'm saying. You're just a baby. Anyway,
Aaron, you was born in 93?
Brittany was born in 90. When was she born? 96.
97
She's
or
younger than I
97.
am.
Yeah.
Cradle robber.
So anyway, going back, what I was trying to think of the most memorable, like I said, everything in the 90s was just bigger then. And the one thing I remember most, walking in the living room, and me and my brother had huge boxes everywhere. And like, all it was a stereo. But back then you had this big 3 CD disc changer, 2 huge speakers. Now it's all on your phone.
Right.
And you got tens of thousands of, songs on there. But it was just the coolest thing to have that big stereo. And the speakers were detachable. That was awesome back then.
Yeah.
And that's just,
Were they wireless?
no, we weren't that. They had a remote though. And you could set the stereo one place and your speakers wherever you wanted to and lay in bed and you got your remote. And for whatever reason, just that, I guess walking in as a child, seeing these huge boxes everywhere, it was just different then. Everybody's getting cell phones now, but I got a stereo.
I got tickets to a pro wrestling match.
No, semi-pro, local semi-pro. But yeah, that was probably the most memorable as a child. All right, so the next question, describe a present you wanted badly as a kid but never received.
Okay, so this is gonna sound so funny. I always wanted an easy bake oven. I would see the commercials for them and I would be like, I really want that easy bake oven. And
Are you sure you
Yeah.
didn't never get an easy
I
bake?
never got an easy bake oven. I see the commercials, I would want one, and my parents would say, you don't need no easy bake oven because you got a real oven in there you can use.
You got a real bake oven in.
Well, so So one year we got Markayla an Easy Bake Oven for Christmas, and I realized why I never needed one.
It don't work.
It was messy.
Yeah.
Like you would mix your batter stuff up and put it in the little molds, and then you would put it on the conveyor belt that went through the Easy Bake Oven. And then when it come out on the other side, it'd just fall apart.
Oh.
And like there would still be batter stuck to the little
So
conveyor
it didn't
belt.
cook
No,
at all.
not really.
It was just a light bulb.
Yeah,
They still make them?
yeah.
Well, just buy you one now. You want us to buy?
I don't want one now.
Hey,
With-
an
with
Easy
or
Bake Oven's
without?
pretty cool.
Aaron had his Easy Bake Oven and his
I had my Easy Bake
His-
Oven, my typewriter, and my
Your
vacuum
vacuum
cleaner. I
cleaner.
said,
Aaron was saying,
Brendan, you did get to play kitchen one year.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I did get semi-pro wrestling tickets one year though.
local.
He probably got
Semi-pro.
he probably got some of the coolest toys, and all he remembers is the wrestling ticket.
Where was the match?
It was you know where
At the barn dance?
No, you know where Romine's Body Shop is now?
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
in that
yeah.
building. Yeah.
They did. I remember that now.
Yep.
They used to do
this
them
is
up there.
this is totally off topic, but my cousin Doug, he used to do it.
Really?
He couldn't really do the wrestling because of his knees and stuff.
Okay.
But one year, one day I went with him to the arena thing or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and he was doing some work backstage, and there wasn't nobody there. So I'm just going out like I'm a wrestler, you know, and I'm like running around the ring, like slapping fans' hands. It's not really there. And I totally they had little posts that sticking up with a chain across them, and I tripped over one of them.
And nobody's
And
there.
nobody's there. I was gonna be a pro wrestler.
All your hopes and dreams just down the drain.
Gone. Gone.
That's awesome. Well, Aaron, I know you got your vacuum cleaner,
And your Easy Bake Oven.
but what is something that you wanted so badly but never received?
I honestly don't know how to answer that question, because if I wanted it as a kid, I got it. I mean,
That's a spoiled brat
that's-
right
yeah.
there.
I never had the want for anything. I never had the need for anything. My
Yeah.
parents always got us what we wanted. So I honestly,
And he turned out just fine.
that's what I was telling Miss Becky is
And his
I can't
sweatpants
come
over
up with
there.
an answer for this
Well,
question.
that's an honest answer.
Like I can't think of anything I ever wanted that I didn't get when I wanted it.
You know, when you don't talk in your microphone, we can't hear you.
I turned my head and I didn't mean to.
But no, that's an honest answer. That's just how it is. Because honestly, I had the same trouble thinking of an answer for this question. Because for the most part, I got what I wanted as well. I got told no a lot, but then ended up getting it. Because I learned if you just keep on and on, you get it. But the answer I put down was a Super Nintendo. Because I remember specifically that's what my brother had. It would never let me play with it. And so I asked for one, and I didn't get it. So everything else, I would say, like Aaron, I probably got most everything I wanted. If it wasn't for Christmas, it was like,
Well, look at y'all.
I know.
I mean,
Yeah, we turned out great, didn't we, Aaron?
I think so.
So,
I never got my Easy Bake Oven.
look, let's go in together for Christmas and get Bran an Easy Bake Oven.
I'm good with that.
Miss Becky?
Well, I too had trouble, but it wasn't because I got everything I asked for. I'm just so old I can't remember.
What
I
did you go
can't
through the Sears
remember.
catalog wanting that you never...
I'm thinking after y'all talked about and Brandon got on the Easy Bake Oven, I'm pretty sure though that at one point in time I wanted one of those big Barbie doll houses that I
Barbie
never
Dream
got.
House or whatever?
Yeah,
No, it was called something different back then, Bran. Or
it probably
Bran,
was
Aaron.
called
I'm
something
Aaron.
different.
Why are
Why
y'all...
do you, why do you get us confused?
Please wear name tags.
I've got one. You don't.
So, but that's the only thing I can think of is the Barbie house.
Yeah.
I do remember a janitor card I never got as a kid.
Janitor. Aaron got
Aaron
his
is all
vacuum
about
cleaner.
this cleaning and cooking.
And I do remember that I was disappointed one time because I got a fake little red Dirt Devil vacuum cleaner that didn't work. It just had little beads in it that popped
Yes.
up as you pushed it. But
Yeah. Libby's got one of those.
yeah, that's fake. Get a real one.
Yeah.
That's right.
What about you, Chad?
Well, Aaron already answered the question.
I've kind of been in my own world.
That's okay. All right. So the next question: what's your favorite holiday tradition?
So this goes back to one of those gifts that you remember.
Yeah.
Was it wrestling tickets?
No, it wasn't wrestling tickets. You know, we
Hang
always
on. Is it wrestling or wrestling?
It's wrestling.
Okay.
Depends on what part of the country
Yes.
you live in.
Yeah. Because there's no A.
I remember. So we always like to read the Christmas story on Christmas Eve
Mhm.
or Christmas. You know, whenever we're having our family gathering, or it was Christmas Eve before I got married.
Hmm.
I still do a short devotion and prayer and stuff at all of our family gatherings on my side of the family. That's probably my favorite holiday tradition, is to lead my family in a time of the Word of God
Okay.
before we eat and have fellowship. But back to my story about a gift that I remember receiving. Okay, so my parents had gotten me a Bible for Christmas one year.
Okay.
I was totally stoked about this Bible. Okay. You know how now we have like an iPhone 16 and
Mhm.
you got the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and the Pro Max is so much bigger than
Right.
just the 16.
Yeah.
Well, I was getting the iPhone Pro Max of Bibles.
Oh,
it was
okay.
huge,
Yep.
and I was so excited about it. And I begged my parents to let me read the Christmas story that year from my new Bible. And they made me wait till Christmas morning to get my Bible.
Oh,
They wouldn't let me read
man.
it out of my new Bible.
Becky made you wait on God's word.
I know.
There was only probably about 40 other copies of it in the house.
But it was his new big one, though.
It was my
Yeah.
iPhone Pro Max edition.
Miss Becky.
Oh, let's see. I have several, I guess, favorite holiday traditions down through the years. Of course, you know, kind of as the years go by and things change, you know, of course, traditions changed. One of my favorite traditions was we would always gather in at my mom and dad's house. And, of course, my sister was still living. And, of course, Brad.
It would be hot as blue blazes
Yes,
in there, too.
it would. My mama had that wood stove that you were talking
yeah.
about. And she would have that thing going. It would be so hot. We'd have the windows up
Yes.
and the doors open. It'd be 30 degrees
People be
outside.
taking clothes off.
It
Yep.
was awful. But we would
Like
laugh.
you do when you preach.
Yeah.
We would laugh. We would, Doug. Now, this was before Braden was born.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember this.
And Doug and Brandon and Brad would always do these little funny skits. They would dress up like hillbillies, and they'd have like the Bubba teeth, and they'd come in and they'd just talk all kind of just crazy stuff. And we would just laugh till we would cry. That was the best times
Awesome.
ever. And then, of course, like I say, you know, people pass away and
Sure.
things
Yep.
change, and so, but that was always a really fun tradition.
Yeah.
And I would
Awesome.
I would like to say, I would like to think of something, you know, that was just a great tradition that included Braden, but bless his heart, he only had 3 Christmases.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. I understand.
so, but yeah, that was good times.
That's
good
fun.
times. Another tradition that's his favorite is Brandon reading the Christmas story. And he does that every year. And like you said, he usually does a short devotion, because my theory is, and that's usually we have devotions at any kind of gathering that we have, Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, whatever it is, because my theory is if you're going to eat, I fix the meal.
Right.
And if you're going to eat my food, you have to listen to God's word before you eat it.
Okay. I like it.
This past Thanksgiving, I had a full 3-point sermon I gave at Thanksgiving.
And everybody's sitting there starving, their bellies growling.
Yeah. And then after I got done with my sermon, I made everybody go around and tell what they were thankful for.
Before they ate.
And we only had like 25, 27 people.
And I was like, if you're ready to eat, you need to hurry up.
They'll know better next year, right? Don't come hungry.
Right. Or don't come at all.
That was your plan.
Yeah. We ain't got to fix as much of all those people don't come.
Aaron, what's your favorite holiday tradition?
Oh, Lord. I've got a bunch of them. But
Well,
I
we
guess
only want one.
Yeah, we just want your favorite.
just my favorite. I really...
Speechless.
I really don't know if I can just name one. I guess probably growing up would be spending time with my grandmother back when she was still living.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Eva now?
Huh?
Miss Eva now?
Yes. That was our every Christmas Eve. We would go over there about lunchtime because that was the time that, Santa Claus was busy working in the workshop trying to get presents ready for that night.
Right.
She would be cooking and all of the grandkids would be playing. It always resulted in being around the piano, singing, having a good old time. So that's probably my favorite Christmas memories, all the times we spent with her. And we were, I was lucky. I got 18 years with her. So that was 18 Christmases that we got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably my favorite Christmas memory or favorite tradition.
Yeah. Well, you say memory. I think that's kind of where that's where mine went as far as like a memory kind of thing with my grandmother.
Yes.
Because this will be our first one without her this year. And every time I think of favorite holiday tradition is when we were always younger. It was always at grandmother's house. And like y'all said, it might be 35 outside, but it's 110 in that house.
Absolutely.
And that little 2-bedroom, maybe a full bath house in Menlo. It was just itty bitty. But her entire family would fit in that house. We all had bigger houses than grandmother, but we did it at her house.
You might be sitting in each other's laps, but you were in there.
And
we sat in the floor.
It was in the floor, the kitchen,
Set
the
on
other
the
bedroom, and everything she had in that house was gas. So the water heater's in the kitchen, the stove, the oven, everything's gas. It's full blast. Everybody yelling, "It's hot in here," But it was Christmas. That was
right.
And just being at grandmother's, that was probably my favorite tradition. That was when we were younger. It was Thanksgiving, Christmas, everything.
Right.
So yeah, that's probably mine. The next question: what Christmas movie or special do you watch over and over again? And if you say anything besides A Christmas Story, you just need to leave.
National Lampoon's Christmas
That one too.
Vacation.
That's a good one.
So
Elf.
Okay, Elf with the movie Elf.
Mhm.
Yep.
So Libby is really hooked on the Grinch.
I like the Grinch.
And
The movie?
the new one,
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey
2018,
Oh,
Oh.
the cartoon one.
The cartoon
Oh
one.
no.
I like the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah.
that's the one I
But-
like.
But Abby recorded it on TV, and she recorded it in Spanish. So we can't watch that one because Libby will go, "I can't hear him. I can't hear him." And we're like, "You can hear him. You just can't understand him."
Is it not streaming anywhere?
So we couldn't find it streaming nowhere for free. So I've spent $7.99 on Amazon Prime, and I can't tell you how many times I watched The Grinch just today.
The English version.
The English version, just today.
Yeah.
But at some point of the year, there's a channel on TV that plays A Christmas Story on repeat.
24 hours a day.
Christmas
Yes.
Day.
Yes.
That is my movie.
Christmas Story.
Yes.
Yes. I watch it all 24 hours.
So
worth.
unpopular opinion.
If you say you don't like
If
that,
I'm not the
get out.
biggest fan of the
Get out.
story.
cut his microphone off. It's a good thing you cook good biscuits.
I mean, it's not that I dislike it. It's just not my favorite movie.
Why don't you like about it?
I don't want to
know.
talk.
I guess
let's,
because I've seen it.
let's not talk to him right now.
I like the leg lamp.
The leg lamp's the funny.
It's fragile.
Fragile.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Nobody's talking to you, Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron, you're out of this conversation. You know the words and you know the
I
scenes.
know it. I mean, but
That's just a movie, though. Like it's lashes of the test of time. Like
Yes.
it's not
Yes.
nothing political in it. Nothing that's non.
See, now I like It's a Wonderful Life too. If we're gonna do old movies,
I like
Well,
that one.
yeah, that's a good classic.
Miracle
that
on
I've ever
34th
seen that
Street.
Wait a minute.
I like
Which
A
one is it
Christmas
where he
Carol,
gets slapped
too.
in the ear?
What?
Slapped
Which
in
one
the
is it where the
ear.
kid gets slapped in the head by the old man? Is that a Miracle on 34, or is that the something about the angel and the bell rings?
That's It's a Wonderful Life.
Is that the one it is? Doesn't he get slapped in the ear and that's why he's deaf? Not deaf, but he's hard of hearing when he's younger.
I can't.
Because when he's younger, am I thinking of a totally different movie?
I don't know.
You can't tell me in that movie
I
that
don't know.
the old man
I've
he
never
used to
seen
work
it.
for would slap him in the head when he did something wrong,
And that's why. It was
and that's
deaf.
why he couldn't hear.
That's what I'm gonna tell that. That's why I can't hear my mom in my head when I was a kid.
I'm not making this up. This is in that movie somewhere. Am I wrong?
But
Nobody's agreeing, so maybe I'm wrong.
I
I
can't
don't know.
remember.
It's been a while since I've watched it.
I don't know that I've ever seen it.
I'm positive. His ear was bleeding. The old man hit him.
Was it in black and white?
Yes.
Okay.
Then yes, it was.
How do you know?
It had to be. It was a
bleeding
Wonderful
then?
Life.
Because after he grew up,
Is that the one where the man's standing there with his finger in his belly button and he's like getting there good and deep, boy? And he's cleaning the wheels of the car.
what are you talking about?
Dude, what are you talking about?
Okay, mine's accurate though. You're just making stuff up.
I'm not. Do you see my belly button though?
No. This happened. That
I
in that
don't-
movie,
I don't know.
we've got to look it up.
Aaron, Google it.
We're going to move on, but Aaron, you're going to Google
Is
this.
Die Hard a Christmas movie?
No, it is not a Christmas movie. Ross and Rachel were on a break though. That's not Christmas related, but just to throw movies out there.
I agree with you.
They were on a break.
In the 1946 movie, It's a Wonderful Life, when the pharmacist hits young George Bailey in anger and blood comes out of the child's ear.
I told y'all I wasn't making this up. Thank you, Aaron.
Does it say he was deaf because of that?
You're back in the episode. I shouldn't have said deaf, but it hurt him. Hurt his hearing. Is accurate. Anyway, so Miss Becky's was A Wonderful Life.
No.
Oh,
no.
that's just one of
I
them.
just said I enjoyed the movie.
I
That's
got you.
not one of my favorites.
Okay. What is your favorite?
What's your favorite? No, it's not what's your favorite. It's what special do you watch
Yes.
over and over.
That's right.
I watch The Grinch over and over. I watch Elf over and over. I watch
like the
Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3
And
over
3?
and over.
Now is 3 where they had a baby?
Yes.
They start getting sillier.
I mainly like
deeper
1
the
and 2
season.
on the Santa Claus.
Yeah. 1 and 2 is good. 3.
You can't watch 1 and 2 without 3. I mean, you just have to keep it going.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Aaron, any other ones? You said National Lampoons.
Oh, and we always have to watch Rudolph and Frosty.
No.
So the
A
claymation
Charlie
ones?
Brown Christmas.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you
we
gotta
watched
watch
that last night.
Okay,
That's
here's
fair.
one for you. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
Never in my life heard
Never
that.
seen that.
No.
None of y'all have ever seen
No.
Emmett Otter's Jug Band
Well,
Christmas.
that's coming from the guy that doesn't like A Christmas Story.
Right.
So
but
makes
it's
sense.
the best. They float down the
The
river and he
best
plays
is
his
not
little
accurately
jug, and
described.
it's great.
I've never seen
The
that.
best goes with A Christmas Story.
I did not say I disliked the
Yes.
Christmas Story.
I feel like you did.
You watch it over and over
Oh,
and over.
actually, a couple of years back, Gene and I went to Nashville, and they do. They have those ice sculpture things up there at what's the hotel called? Gaylord Hotel.
Oh, the Opry Gate. Yeah.
Yeah. And they do. It's called I think it's called Ice, but they had it in a Christmas Story, and all the
didn't
stuff
know
is chiseled out of ice. I put these big
That's
parkas
cool.
on. Yeah, it's fun.
That's cool. Well, after Aaron ruined that question, let's
because I
move
was
on.
talking about Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
No, because you said you didn't like A Christmas Story.
I never said I did not like the Christmas story.
All right. What were the holidays like when you were growing up?
Busy,
Busy. Yeah. Still
packed
is.
full of stuff.
Well, so I went in a different direction. When I think back to to Christmases when I was growing up, the only thing that come to mind was magical.
Okay.
That's
I
a good one.
thought it was so cool that a big fat man in a red suit would come into my house and give me presents while I was asleep,
Yeah.
and never wake me up doing it.
And if you didn't have a chimney, he'd come through the keyhole. That's what we were always told.
Oh, I thought he came through the front door.
I
Well-
thought he brought his own chimney if you didn't have a chimney.
Miss Becky, what did you
Depends
think?
on which country you're in, I guess.
Remember, Santa delivered mine while we were gone.
That's true.
So
He had a key to the house.
Yeah.
let me be careful how I say this because I don't want to ruin the magic of Christmas. But when I learned about the real magic of Christmas, it's never the same, you know?
Yeah.
I was able to have a part in the magic of Christmas and help the big fat man leave presents for my brothers. But then as an adult, you still help the magic continue.
Yeah. Sure.
I'd say that it's especially different when you have your own children. When Markayla was staying with us, I came to see how special it was to help provide the magic of Christmas for your children
Mm-hmm.
and the excitement, especially on her face when she would see the presents that she had received. You know, we do Santa presents and we do presents for mom and dad,
Right.
and the Santa presents are not wrapped, and the parent presents are. So, but as time went on with her, she came to realize the magic of Christmas on her own. But with Libby, it's just special, you know. Libby is nothing less than a gift from God.
Yeah.
She's always so thankful and grateful for anything that she gets.
Yeah.
She could get a pink rock for Christmas and be excited as all get out.
Yep.
You know, it's something she's never had before. But back to the question, what were the holidays like when you were growing up? They were special, you know. It was a magical time. And as an adult, I really appreciate the sacrifices that my parents made to make Christmas such a magical time.
Yep.
For me and my brothers.
Absolutely. I just put simple. Like Christmas for us growing up was just simple.
You two both were just talking about how busy it was.
Well, it is.
It is a very busy time of the year.
Yeah, but as far as like, you know, Christmas morning, like it was just
You'd always wake up at like 4 o'clock,
absolutely.
and
yeah.
your parents would just lay in bed like,
Yeah, they're like so mad.
yeah, and they're
Just
like, we're
go to
not getting,
bed.
we're not getting up right now.
Like,
wake
well, I'm
you
not
up when
going
it's
to
time."
bed.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
just get up.
And I'll say the older I got, once my parents divorced, the busier the holidays got, because
Yeah,
then I
right.
had to make time for
Both,
both parents.
Yes.
So even though it was like celebrating Christmas 2 different times,
right.
then I had to pick where I wanted to spend
Yeah,
what amount of time out
right.
and whatever. So that made it a lot busier and even a lot harder
Yeah,
too, because you don't want to pick which parents you want to
Yeah,
spend Christmas
Spend more
with,
time.
or
right.
which parents you want to do this with. I mean, you just don't want to have to do that. So that
Yeah.
makes it
I could never imagine being in that situation.
that makes it busier to me and harder, because now there's stepmom side of the family you do stuff with,
right.
stepdad side of the family, which we don't see them because they're not from here. But, you know, if we did, that would be another side of the family you had to deal with.
yeah.
And so it just makes it busy.
It does get busy. When I put simple, I didn't mean it wasn't busy, but it just wasn't like big and extravagant.
Right.
You know, that's just kind of what kind of mine. It was just you wake up, you spend time with your family, and then your mom and dad go back to bed
yeah.
because you know we got up so early and stuff.
Well, when we would get up, my parents would always make us wait on them to go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, that was the
Then-
worst.
Then they'd make us wait on them, fix their coffee.
Yep, and don't make a mess. Let me get a garbage bag.
Yeah,
Like just let me open my
Yeah.
presents.
yeah. That's why we don't wrap them.
That makes sense. Miss Becky,
Not the Santa gifts.
what about you?
I would just have to say it was like you, Chad, just simple.
Yeah. Just how it was.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it was.
We always lived next door to my grandparents, so
Didn't have to really go anywhere.
uh-uh.
Yeah. All right. So, what's your favorite and least favorite Christmas song?
Can I go first?
No, 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 no.
Please.
Let me tell you, I want to start this out with a song that goes around at the Christmas time, Aaron. And I don't want it to be your favorite. But Mary, did you know? Of course, Mary knew. The angels told her.
I will agree.
That's your favorite?
That is not.
Okay, because I don't like that song.
I'm
like-
not a fan of that song. It's
like-
overplayed,
Like
overheard.
the meaning of it, sure, but like,
No, not the meaning of it.
well,
Because she knew.
yeah, but like, I just don't like the song. Like, I don't. I actually put that as one of my least favorite.
My favorite Christmas song is "Oh Holy Night."
That's my favorite.
No questions about it.
Okay.
Hands down. Oh, holy.
My
Now-
favorite, Baby It's Cold Outside.
Okay, my least favorite, "Baby It's Cold Outside." I saw Mama kissing Santa Claus, and that song that comes on, it's on TikTok, all over TikTok right
Down
now.
there.
It says,
"Oh, Mariah
it's
Carey."
time, or
Yes.
whatever it says.
That's a good song.
All I
Mariah
want
Carey.
for Christmas or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good song.
No,
It is.
All I want for
Yes.
Christmas is
Yes,
you.
Toys R Us used to wear that song out.
They tore it. So I got a question.
Okay.
Is Toys R Us still around?
They come back.
Because
But
what
I
I
think
hear.
they're
They-
inside like Macy's or
because
something
they
now.
were in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
Yeah, they come back either last Christmas or this Christmas.
That's wild.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you remember like when we were younger and the malls were still a big thing? They'd have like these little pop up shops in the stores. Like, do y'all know what I'm talking about?
No.
No, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
I do.
Like there's Sephora in like Belk or whatever. It's just combined. I think Toys R Us is like that with Macy's or something.
Oh yeah, they're not their own individual store anymore right now. I think they're rebuilding. I put least favorite anything Taylor Swift. I don't care if it's Christmas or not. I just don't like her.
So to answer the question, I put it doesn't matter to me. Christmas music is not my thing.
I love Christmas music. I will play it all year long.
I mean, like I do find myself though humming like Jingle Bells
yeah,
a lot,
and that's not really a favorite Christmas song of mine.
but that's
But I put That's Christmas to Me from Pentatonics.
Can you sing it?
No.
Good one.
And He Shall Reign from Chris Tomlin.
Oh, that's a real good.
Yeah. Least favorite, I'd put Mary Did You Know. And I don't like The Little Drummer Boy. Like, that's a big Christmas song, and I don't like that song. Now, Pentatonics does do a good version of it, but I don't like that song. I don't know why. You okay here?
Oh yeah, I'm just singing the song in my head.
Miss Becky, you got any more on that one?
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Is that
Which
favorite or least
version?
favorite?
No.
A Blue Christmas by Elvis.
No,
That
anything Elvis does is great.
No,
I
not
love
that
Elvis.
one. I don't like that one. But I do love Elvis's Christmas album.
Yeah. I'm an Elvis fan.
We
I love Elvis.
we listened
If-
to the Alabama Christmas album.
That's
we're-
a good album.
If we're going kind of
That is a good
secular
album.
on Christmas music, probably I like Christmas in Dixie by them.
Yeah.
But then, what's that song that Dolly does?
I know what
A
you're
Hard
talking
Candy
about.
Christmas.
Nine to
That's-
five.
No, A Hard Candy Christmas. That's probably my favorite.
No,
Like,
Jolene.
Jolene. Jolene. Christmas wise, yes. Dolly does some good ones.
Dolly's wonderful.
Alabama does have a good
Yes, they
album,
do.
though. All right, so next up, if you could travel anywhere for the holidays, where would you go?
Alaska.
Oh, I didn't think about Alaska. I did put Colorado out west, somewhere
Ooh,
snowy.
Colorado. Anywhere that's like a Hallmark movie Christmas town. I don't even care. I am a sappy romantic.
Do you watch
and
Hallmark for Christmas?
Oh God. No.
Do you watch Hallmark for
I've
Christmas?
been watching Hallmark. That's when my tree went up. Was the first day of the
Oh.
Christmas countdown.
They all have the same plot. It's the
I
same
don't
two
care.
It
females.
doesn't matter.
They all break
They're all
somebody's heart
different, aren't
and
they?
wind up
They
with
are.
somebody that come into their lives and they
Yeah.
left and hurt them. And they get
Yeah.
married anyway.
But you know, love. Christmas is about love, and that's
There
what
you
those movies
go.
are about.
That's not what Christmas is about. But okay.
Christmas is about Jesus.
Well,
And he is love.
Christmas, Jesus
You
is
know what I
love.
said? I said nowhere.
You don't want to go anywhere?
I just want to be home with my family.
Well, that's somewhere.
Nowhere.
Why wouldn't you put home?
Because I was at home when I received these questions.
But if I didn't have like a Christmas town, just a cabin in the Smoky Mountains, with a big old porch.
I wouldn't go to the Smokies. It's so busy. I love the Smokies.
I'm not going
Okay,
into
where
town.
would you go, Chad?
I put Colorado
Oh,
out west.
Like, you know,
Aaron, where'd you say you'd go?
A Hallmark movie.
That's right. that's
Hallmark
right.
town.
we said that, you know, the holidays are busy
Mm-hmm.
and tiring. Well, I feel that traveling is busy and tiring,
Traveling's very tiring.
and I would just rather be at home, relaxing on the couch, watching A Christmas Story.
I would agree with that, but here recently we went to, I think LJ, and just got a cabin for the weekend. We only went to the town LJ once for lunch. I think that's what we did, and bought some groceries and stuff. We stayed in the cabin the whole time. That was the most relaxing vacation I think I've had. Even going to the beach, you walk down to the sand, you wear yourself out.
Right.
Mhm.
But just sitting in that cabin all day, we had a pool table, we had a hot tub, a little golf thing on the back patio. That was the most relaxing time. Off subject. Anyway. All right, next up. If someone offered you a gift card to any store you wanted, which one would you choose?
Lowe's.
Lowe's. I put Home Depot or Best Buy.
Grocery store.
Aaron would buy
Amazon.
Oh, Amazon will get you everything.
There it
That's
will.
right, yeah.
I can't
Becky's a
afford
smart
groceries, so I need a grocery
Hey.
store.
All right, what character from A Christmas Story is most like you?
All right.
There's none of them like me.
No, the dad. You're the dad for sure.
No, I'm the dad. I actually have a leg lamp.
Would you come up storming up the stairs with black smoke all over you after working on the furnace and stuff?
Yeah.
Aaron?
Yep.
What character would you be?
I don't know. My mom said I'm like Ralphie.
I put Ralphie.
Dude, I could see you
For
in
me?
a I
Me?
could see you in a
Hunger.
pink bunny.
Well, aside
Onesie.
from
And then somebody said I'm like the friend because the one that stuck his tongue to the
oh
pole.
yeah,
Because I do well under
Gullible.
peer pressure. I always fall into that trap. So they said that I would be the good friend because I'd be the one that you would tell me to stick my tongue to the pole and I would do
and
it.
you would do it. We don't want people to make fun of you. You
No,
gotta do it.
If you triple dog dare me, I'm going to do it.
Triple Dog Dare back in the day meant something.
Yeah, it did.
You did it.
Yeah, you would do it.
I put Ralphie because I'm stubborn, and even if I got my eye shot out after people told me I would, and I said no, I'd never tell anybody. Be like, oh, I got hit by an iceberg or whatever it was.
That was the Titanic.
The icicle.
Icicle. Okay. All right. I don't start feeling the Christmas spirit until
It turns cold.
July 4th's over. The minute July 4th's over, my fall decorations go up. And then
in
October
July.
20th hits.
Is there a holiday in August?
No, there's Labor Day in September. I ain't worried about no Labor Day.
Aaron gets his vacuum cleaner out in September, and he starts decorating for fall.
My job is 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I don't get holidays, so y'all celebrate whatever y'all want to. I'm gonna put my Christmas tree up.
Maybe Aaron is the dad off a Christmas Story.
Maybe he is. You got a leg lamp?
No, I do not.
I would love.
I
to
don't.
have
I
a
don't.
leg
Like I
lamp.
said, I don't care for that
Oh,
movie.
that's right.
I've got a leg lamp.
I think Aaron's the Grinch.
Abby won't let me put it up. But
Why? How am-
Is it like real size?
No, I mean it's.
Oh.
I mean it's a
It's a table. Is it
it's a
tabletop?
tabletop.
Look,
Yeah.
go home, move that big fake Christmas tree, and stick it right in the front window.
Bet.
My daddy has one in his office at the courthouse.
Does he really?
Yeah, I went in there yesterday and it's sitting on his desk.
That's
According to his
awesome.
desk.
So some years I feel all Christmassy, and it's kind of hard to explain. So, like, when the boys passed away, the first Christmas after that was very, very hard.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And so then, you were kind of like, well, I may not ever celebrate Christmas again. But really, we should feel the Christmas spirit all the time because that's Jesus.
Right.
And so, after that first year, I kind of was, in that phase where it was really bad. And then I decided that the real spirit of Christmas is Jesus Christ. And the only way we have hope, the only way that I would ever have hope of seeing my children again
Mhm.
is because of the birth of Jesus.
Right.
So I have to celebrate Christmas because that's where my hope comes from, just like I have to celebrate Easter. See, they passed away the Monday after Easter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. And so that's his death. So without his death and resurrection, there would be no salvation. And so, but it's just different. Like y'all are feeling all the Christmas is different for me now.
Sure. Yeah.
Like I don't have like the I don't know how to describe it. Like y'all are talking the magical.
Right.
I just look for Jesus. I'm just looking for Jesus. And so I don't know how to describe that. And that kind of makes it, I don't know, it kind of sounds a little morbid after y'all had all this good things. So.
That's your point of view. I get it.
And so some years are better than others.
Sure.
Some years I feel like celebrating, and some years I want to put out all my Christmas decorations, and then some years I don't.
Yeah.
This is the year she don't.
Well.
I had to help get it all down the other day and put it all back up today.
You know, you say
It was yesterday.
I have to help my
Yesterday.
mom, and normally she doesn't put up a huge tree, but they get smaller every year because she wants to decorate it less and less. Like as far as decorations,
Right.
she don't get everything down. I walked in there yesterday to help her get rid of their DirecTV box. If this is the smallest tree yet, I walk by, you barely even see it. And I look
Was
at
it
her.
shorter than you?
Yeah, that's not
That's a
funny.
short
but
tree.
Yeah, but I walked by her and I said, "Is that your Christmas tree?" She said, "Yeah." So she don't know it, but I'm going in the attic tomorrow and getting a different Christmas tree down.
Are you going to decorate it for her?
No, but I'll get once it's down, she has to decorate it.
I'm going to call Rita tomorrow afternoon, and if
She
you
got
don't
a new
decorate
number.
that Christmas tree,
She got a new number.
it's going to be bad. I mean, now, I have 4 Christmas trees in my living room.
In your living room?
Yes.
You decorate all of them?
Yes.
Do you still
Really?
do the Georgia tree and the SpongeBob tree?
Yes.
Interesting.
I do a Georgia tree for Brad, and I do a SpongeBob tree for Braden.
Okay.
I have an American tree that has an ornament from every state that Gina and I have visited.
How many we up to?
58.
I can't remember. We have not.
Say 58.
We have no. We haven't been out west.
Oh,
I would
really?
really, yeah. I would
Well, I
really
thought
like to
y'all
go-
went. Well, Missouri. That's I guess Midwest.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
It's
yeah.
Missouri.
I haven't been to like California and Montana and all that.
If
But
I don't visit California,
and then I have a cross tree that's decorating all nativities, and that stays up year round. That tree never take that Christmas tree.
Are they
out.
all like full size? Or are they just different
Yeah.
size? Are they? Okay.
Well, my SpongeBob tree is kind of small.
Yeah.
It's about as tall as I am, but it's real. It's like a little whimsical tree.
Okay.
And then in the dining room, I have my Christmas tree, which has all my sentimental ornaments on it.
I got you. Okay.
And that's the actual Christmas tree that I put presents under.
Okay.
And then
I don't
I have
get a Christmas tree.
and then I have a shelf full of nativities because I collect nativity scenes.
Do those stay out?
Those are out.
Okay. You're kind of decorated anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout the year.
But usually I have like these villages, and I put these villages all out. And I
Okay.
have 2 little china cabinets, and I take all my dishes out of it, and I put all Christmas in it. And
It's a,
I haven't
it's a
done
task.
that. Yeah, it is a task.
Why
Are you
are they
putting your
called
outside
China
stuff up
cabinets?
this year?
The outside, Gene has his outside stuff up.
I had somebody come hang the lights on my house this year.
You've got a big house. I wouldn't want to get up there.
I have been up there hanging those Christmas lights.
Really?
I got up there yesterday and hung wreaths because to begin with, Abby wasn't going to let me get up there because of the seizure I had. But then when the doctor cleared me to drive, she's like, you're okay. If you fall off,
Oh.
if you fall off, you'll recover.
Now that you can drive, you can climb a house.
Yeah.
Truth. All right. So would you rather have a white Christmas or spend the holidays at the beach?
White
White
Christmas.
Christmas.
White Christmas.
White Christmas. I was talking to somebody the other day about cold weather. You know, cold weather's my thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's not the cold weather that bothers my fake hip. It's when the seasons change that really kind of gets me. But White Christmas all the way.
Yeah.
Hot weather does not scream Christmas.
No. You know, Australia right now is hot.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get in
Yeah.
the Christmas spirit?
Yeah,
Which I guess if that's what they're used to. I mean,
right.
but
Is it hot in Florida right now?
it's warm.
You think you can
Parts
get in
of-
the water?
I would think so. Maybe a little bit chilly. At this
Aaron,
point,
Google it.
but- Yeah, can you get in the water in Florida right now? All right. Would you rather be best friends with Rudolph, Frosty, or Buddy the Elf?
So I got a great answer to this question. Okay. So Rudolph had no friends. So I would be willing to say that I wouldn't be his friend either.
He had the little guy.
Well,
Herbie or whatever his name was. I
sing
wanted
the
to-
song. He had no friends.
Does it say he had no friends?
Yes. Nobody would play with him.
He couldn't play any reindeer game.
Okay.
It didn't say he didn't have any friends.
Well, I wouldn't be friends with him because he had no friends.
Then maybe you should be his friend
So-
because he didn't have friends.
So we watched Frosty the other day, and Frosty's annoying. Like,
okay, so y'all would be best buddies.
no,
then.
so I'm not gonna have nothing to do with him. But thinking about Buddy the Elf, man, we would be
He loves
tight.
life.
we'd be tight
Buddy
like
the Elf loves life.
biscuits and gravy.
You would have syrup all day long.
yeah, dude. That's what that's what
for
I'm
every
saying.
meal.
Like,
And Coke. A
It'd be
whole
fun.
2-liter.
I'd love to try all the food that he learned to make at the North Pole.
Was all sugar and syrup.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Yeah.
I said although it's all sugar and I don't need it, I would still eat it.
I don't really
would-
care for Elf either.
Oh my
But-
goodness.
But
Christmas
if,
is ruined.
if I had
Shun.
to choose
Shun.
one of those,
Dwight. Shut off.
if I had to choose one of those, it would be Elf that I wanted to hang out with.
Why wouldn't you choose Rudolph or Frosty?
Yeah.
Because Buddy's so happy. He's optimistic.
He's very happy.
full
So
of
is
life.
Frosty.
He's just,
So was Frosty.
Frosty melts and goes away.
I didn't think he melted.
What
I don't
what
know if
better
he did or
friend?
not, but-
What better friend could you get than one that goes away?
Rudolph can fly though.
Valid point.
That's a good
I'm
point.
gonna be buddies with Rudolph. I'm just-
Rudolph could fly.
Mm.
He could see in the dark.
I could.
I
Of course,
mean, if
deer are nocturnally.
you would have his nose.
Hey, I almost
wide.
hit a deer on the way home from church the other night.
All right, Miss Becky.
Rudolph. He's just got it going on.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a light on his nose.
Yeah.
I got a light on my phone.
They
He
did
flies.
accept him afterwards. So he does have friends.
Oh
now.
yeah, he
Well,
got
he
it.
saved Christmas.
Yeah, he got in Santa's sleigh that night.
Yeah. None of the other reindeers would or could.
Well, buddy,
Rudolph
saved Christmas
saved
too.
the day.
Yeah, and I didn't
Well-
I didn't like that reindeer coach that was mean to him. That was not
Yeah.
nice.
He wouldn't let him play any reindeer games. So Buddy the Elf, except for Miss Becky.
Yes.
She'd pick Rudolph. All right. So that's all of the fun questions that we had for this episode. We just wanted to try something different. Just kind of laugh a little, go over some questions in our personal lives. But kind of moving into our next episode next week that will actually air on Christmas Day will be the Christmas story. So the last question we have is the real meaning of Christmas. So this is kind of our segue into our actual Christmas episode. So, Brand, you want to start us? What's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
real meaning of Christmas?
So all these traditions that we've talked about are fun, and all these traditions mean something different to each person that's in here. The true meaning of Christmas is Christ. We love the
Yep.
gifts that we get. We love to give gifts. We love the food we eat. We love the family time that we get. But we shouldn't forget the reason for the season. Jesus Christ was born in a stable because there was no room for them in the inn. He then lived a perfect life, and after 33 years, the people who didn't like him finally were able to convince the leaders to crucify him, and for something that he didn't do. And shortly after being hung on the cross, Jesus died. He passed away, and he was laid in a borrowed tomb. And he was laid in a borrowed tomb, and I think this is something that's important. It was a borrowed tomb because he knew he wouldn't need it long.
Right.
And he proved that to be true. Jesus Christ rose from the dead 3 short days after he had died, and conquering death, hell, and the grave, so that anybody, and this right here is Christmas wrapped up. It's this free gift, so that anybody that would believe in him would not perish but have everlasting life. That's the Christmas story at its very core.
Exactly. So that's the perfect segue into our Christmas episode next week. Stay tuned, or definitely try to tune in next week. I know it's Christmas, but try to tune in next week for our Christmas episode. Until next time, Brian,
Chad,
thanks for being here.
you too.
Thanks, Brian. Miss Becky,
Thank you, Chad.
Aaron,
Thanks, Chad.
as always, see y'all next time.
Chad, insert music.
You said it right this time.
Goodbye.
Insert. Goodbye. Bye, Aaron.
Hey, it's so cold.
Goodbye.
I turned the air on.
I gotta put my hoodie back on.